Cat, cat, cat. Hi, Capricorn. All right. Let's see. All right. It's the energy for my Capricorns. Capricorn, y'all get new, fresh energy. Capricorn, you could be in a new energy. Let's see what's going on for Capricorn. What's going on for Capricorn? All right. Options are kept open on the bottom of the deck. We have learning to forgive, inevitable, and unlocked potential. Yeah, didn't I say y'all starting out with new, fresh energy? Capricorn, I feel like you were healing something. I heard healing gross. Somebody does not like crying. Somebody does not like the yucky emotions that they're in. I feel like there's just been, some energies that you've had to walk through, possibly that were inevitable. Okay, I just feel like time has taught you something, and you're in this energy of unlocking, your potential. You're learning to forgive what has happened. You're not holding grudges. You're not, clinging to the past. Capricorns are healing. I love it. What's this energy? What's Capricorn's energy? Capricorn, are you waiting for somebody's text message? Y'all, I feel so ungrounded after Sagittarius' energy. We have communication. Yep. We have source. We have children. We have fears. We have freedom. We have karmic relationship. And then we have duality. Somebody is having trouble commenting, I heard, but that's not what I wanted to say. Somebody's having trouble with, it's like your sexuality, or someone's child could be hiding their sexuality, but they like both men and women. You're not like them, you're so different. 333. You stay on my mind. Love on Replay by Keon Dixon and Tiffany Gouche. Or Gucce. I don't know. I don't want to pronounce her name wrong. Because anyway, we have you, and then under that we have free message. So definitely, and burden of tears on the bottom of that. Yeah, Capricorn, I feel like you are, I heard announcing something. So you could be coming out to your family, or you coming out to your kids. This is, new to you. You could be going towards the same sex, or vice versa. You could have been with the same sex, and, whatever you went through with this energy, you're switching back to, I hear, um, if you're dating a man, if you've been dating men, you're dating women now. If you have dated women, you're going back to men. You're dating the opposite gender, okay? I feel like this communication with source is something that you could be waiting for, to give you some form of direction about, your sexuality, or your children could be going through this energy. figuring out what they like, what they don't like. And you could be scared to let them get hurt, or your kids are scared to talk to you about, liking the same sex, or just possibly dibbling and dabbling with both, trying to figure out who they are. I don't feel like this is a young child. Some of you, it could be. Okay. There's something with the hands here. You could have caught, one of your kids holding hands with the same sex, and you're just like, that's odd. You know, I don't know if, you talk to them about it. You could have with communication here, or you're waiting to talk to them about it. You could be scared to approach them because you don't know how your child will react. I feel like with the crackiness, this could have been a situation with the learning to forgive. I feel like the situation could have been going on for some time, and this was something that, was going to have to be addressed anyway. So somebody has been waiting to have this conversation with their child, and it could have been rocky because you have not had the conversation, but the inevitable was the conversation. And you could have been trying to get guidance from the divine, from whatever source you're pulling from, whether that be friends, family, the divine, your intuition, whatever. Okay. Somebody was taking the time to wait something out, to let something become full circle. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's an hourglass. And because this energy is coming out, I feel like maybe it is the right time to go ahead and approach the situation. I feel like, Capricorn, this is all about you, or whoever with Capricorn placements. Fear has no doubt. Where did you go? What did I do? How do we fall right back? And all that we know can't seem to be true. So yeah, it's like someone's having a hard time. Somebody wants to just protect their child from the inevitable, though. So you know you can't, because it says I'm falling, 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 falling. Somebody is like coddling their child. Somebody's trying to shelter their child from life, and you can't do that. You have to, let this child make mistakes. You have to allow the inevitable to happen. You have to let life happen. You can't protect your kids from life, because they'll grow up resenting you, fearing the world. you know there's freedom here. I feel like you want to give your child the freedom to do whatever they want to do, not in a sense where, if they're 18 years or older, of course, excuse, not 18. So this child could be 18 years or older, and you're trying to control who they have sex with, and who they talk to, who they don't. It's just like, first of all, you got to let that 18-year-old be a child. You got to let that 18-year-old be an 18-year-old. Granted, I ain't got no kids, but I used to be 18 too. I came from a sheltered family, and I got into the world, and I was super shocked. Like, it took me to become a Reiki master teacher. I feel like I'm just learning the world at 25, and I don't want that for nobody. I feel like, if anything, I want to raise my kids to be ready and prepared for life. There's only but so much I can prepare them for, but I can prepare them to listen to their intuition, and to know what an intuition is, and to know what a higher power is, right? I can position them to know the magic of life, so that they know how to work it and not be scared of life. You don't want them to fear things. That's just out of ignorance. And if you feel like I'm calling you ignorant, you may need to, look in the mirror and forgive yourself for the times where you were ignorant and you didn't know. So you can unlock your certain potentials and move you past, wherever you need to get past. But the thing is, somebody needs to keep their options open, either when it comes to dating, the opposite gender, when it comes to dating in general, or when it comes to how this conversation goes, or how life goes, or, how your children are seeing and viewing the world. You need to keep, you know, it's like, have boundaries for your kids, but give them some space to mess up. right? Give like just like this card. This card has a border around it, a gold border. So something's like embroidery, like stitched in. Someone's like real rigid. But my purpose of saying all that was there is this energy of the border, but still having space for error, right? Ouch. Yeah. So you can't stop your kids from hurting themselves. You can't stop life from hurting you. You can't stop yourself. You can't fear being hurt in a relationship. You can't fear being hurt by life. You can't be fear you can't fear being hurt by life. There are polarities, you guys. Duality is here. There's a polarity. It's like whatever you're pulling in, whatever you're gathering, it's like you're trying to shelter it, to keep it. Like, guys, loosen up, Capricorn. Loosen up, okay? I feel grounded enough. It's just like, this is enough. I'm content. But that's out of fear. That's a fear mindset. So allow your child to explore. Now, if the child is like 5 and they are doing all this, I can't say too much about that because, like I said, I ain't got no kids. But I do think there is guidance. Like I said, you give them space to correct errors without putting your projections onto them. You can't stop your child from liking who they like, opposite gender or not. But what you can do is tell them how to treat that person that they like. You can teach the child. Somebody might be seeing their kids as like really small babies, like children, like toddlers, like 5, 6, 7, 10, maybe. Like, but these kids, they feel grown if they're making this type of decision, and it could be just the world we live in. Look, guys, I'm just reading on the energy. I don't know, but it just seems like someone's trying to keep a child. And while I agree, I also think lives. And if you are going to say you can't be gay because I'm not gay, your grandma wasn't gay, your grandfather wasn't gay, I don't think that's right. I think we should let people make their own decisions and come to whatever conclusions they come to. However they get there is your job to keep them in that boundary, keep them in that border, and let them make the mistakes. You know? If you don't like that your 7-year-old might like girls or boys, or someone is just testing the waters, you need to figure out what's going on in the home and why they are introduced to certain things that don't keep them in a child's mental state. you know it all goes back to you. So you can't be mad that your child in is aware of certain things when you're not even protecting them from the knowledge of certain things. So with this card being the inevitable, you didn't do what you need to do. I'm just gonna be honest. You can't protect them from everything. If the child has a phone, trust to believe Instagram, Twitter, all these social media platforms are possibly going to be downloaded. If you're not checking the phone, if you're not don't have no software on the phone, if you don't have the parental controls and family sharing and all that great stuff on the phone, why does your 9-year-old have a phone anyway? Do they really need a phone? I'm hearing, well, the world we live in today, you need to prepare them for that, not try to protect them from that. I don't know, this message is going to trigger somebody, but I'm not really here to play nice with y'all. I'm here to give y'all the energy and the messages. And if you here watching, it's really not too much you can say, except for looking at yourself in the mirror. So, whew, sorry, I had to be so blunt with y'all, but like, what you gonna do? Beat the gay out of them? Like, no. Let people be people. Sheesh. Like, why are you trying to? Why do you want so much control? That's my thing. Why are you so rigid in your ways? Because you see someone unlocking their potential, and the fact that you haven't reached yours, you can't be mad at your kids. I mean, you can, but you know that's resentment that you'll be building with your kids. It's like somebody's learning to forgive themselves through the actions that their kids are making, or the actions and the decisions that their kids are making. And it's like, I'm sorry for being mad at you. I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for that. Like, somebody is very apologetic. I was just scared. I didn't want you to, have so much freedom because of what the world is. Da 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 da. It's just like, babe, thank you, thank you for looking out for me, but I don't need that anymore. That's what I hear somebody is grown adult child, grown adult children saying, grown adult children, child. The children is here, but this person is an adult. It's like, thank you, mom. I'm 18 now. I appreciate you for wanting to protect me from the world, but you can't protect me. I got it from here now, mom. Somebody is putting boundaries up with their parents. And it's rightfully so, because, if you let your parents project, their fears and insecurities about life onto you, how will you ever have the freedom that you actually want and deserve? Understanding that life has polarities and understanding the duality of life is the first lesson you need to teach your kids. There is good and bad, quote unquote, good and bad in this world. There are things on a higher vibrational spectrum, and there are also things on a lower vibrational spectrum that meet that same energy that you cannot run away from. So your kids want to be comfortable in talking to you, or you want to be comfortable in talking to your kids, or whoever this is. But this is giving me the energy between, like, your kids. And I think I said that, I forget what reading. I think it was in Aries. It's the relationship that you have with your kids. It's like someone's going to be able to have conversations with their kids either when they're young or when they're grown, or however old they are. Whether this is already happening or it will happen, it's just like you and your kids are going to be best friends because you allowed them the space to experience the inevitable. You gave them the free range to experience the inevitable within the boundaries of still being mommy, of still being daddy, of still being the parental figure, of still being the friend. You were able to hop into these certain roles for your kids when they need you, and that's what builds the bond. That's the duality. When you can hop out of mommy role and address your kids as friend. Hey, come talk to me. What's going on? Like, you don't have to sit down and have a beer with your kids, but if that's what you want to do, who am I to say no? Stop you. Queen of Voices, please let me be the first to tell y'all the world card that I'm speaking some shit. I'm speaking something. Okay? You don't want your kids crying in the club because they're trying to heal from you. Look, Page of Emotions, Five of Cups. Crying in the Club, playing by Janani, Janine. Janine. Y'all, I can read. But like, it's just give your kids the space to explore the world. We have the Eight of Inspirations and the Star. Like, I just feel like this is just confirmation of me channeling to y'all. Like, I would not, please. I speak from experience of coming from a sheltered family and then going buck wild when after I went to college and ended up depressed and mad at everybody because I wasn't able to experience life the way I needed to because I was sheltered. I couldn't have, you know, I just couldn't do certain things because it was not tolerated from a Christian household. And now look at what I do. What they think is the most unchristian thing there is, right? And they don't understand it, but they support it, I think. And even if they don't, it really don't matter to me right about now because I'm at the point in my life where I'm just like, I really don't care. I'm gonna do what's happy. I'm gonna do what makes me happy for me. Okay? If it makes me happy, I'm going balls to the wall with it. But your support is really not my concern anymore. And sometimes you just have to get to that point of really not caring. And life does teach you these certain lessons, being able to forgive certain things. And it's just like, okay, yeah, I know I was raised like that, but I don't have to hold it against you. We can still have a relationship. And I feel like that's what somebody's child is doing. This is definitely that energy. Oh, I haven't even gotten to the cards yet. Haven't even got to the cards. And the cards, these cards are my favorite because they're so beautiful, Capricorn. They're so beautiful. Somebody is just like, you're so beautiful, Capricorn. Or you're looking at your kids like, oh my gosh, you look like your mom. You look like me when I was younger. You are so beautiful. I do not want these people taking advantage of you, but they have to experience it. What's going on for Capricorn energy? Sheesh. The star is out again. We have the Six of Cups, Temperance, and the Seven of Wands reverse. Yeah, it's kind of just, this is giving me the energy of accepting what is and being patient with the experience of what is, Capricorn. Being patient with the experience of whatever the divine is showing you, whether that be, they're showing you this through your kids or they're showing it through you and how you respond to this situation. I feel like this whole situation is going to unlock a new potential between you and your kids. We have this yin yang energy going on, this duality energy going on, and it's all about the balance of how you approach this situation, of how you communicate this situation. My throat really tried to go out, and I feel like at some point in time, Capricorn, you wanted to give up. We have the Emperor showing his face again, and the Page of Emotions is really out here. Somebody is very intuitive, or this is like a child that you see as possibly still immature, but you have to let that child be immature. You can't, grow their mental faster than what they're ready to. I feel like that's pretty traumatizing. I don't see this as a baby. I just see it as somebody who might be emotionally immature or actually may be young or too young to possibly be, be focused on this. It's just like, focus on school, babe. Why yeah, focus on school. If you take anything from me, babe, focus on school. Don't worry about these relationships and these people. You can have friends and it's okay to like people, but when you get into relationships, you start including, other things. You start focusing on other things. You take your time away from what actually matters. And I think that's what somebody actually wants their child to get, but it's just like you're gonna have to let that child go through whatever they need to go through in order to get the life lessons that they need to get. It's inevitable. Something is just inevitable. Let me get some more for Capricorn. We have selfish. Don't be selfish, Capricorn. All right, the Temperance, Seven of Wands reverse, the Star, Ten of Swords reverse, Magician reverse, Six of Emotions, Six of Cups reverse, Ace of Pentacles reverse, in the Chariot. Like I said about the lack of focus, somebody wants their child to be focused on the right things. What a child should be focused on, or what a teenager should be focused on. You should be focused on having fun and getting out there and possibly meeting people and socializing. But I feel like somebody is possibly instilling fear into their kids, and it's just like, but what about the positive? You talk about the fear. We're talking about duality here. You speak on the fear, but what about freedom? You speak of this cage, mom, dad, sister, brother, guardian. Look, we have Changes played by Justin Bieber. He's talking about duality. Sometimes I move like water, sometimes I burn like fire. You know, if you're talking about the fears, mom and daddy, can we talk about the freedom as well? Mom, if we're talking about sex, right? If we're talking about being intimate in these relationships, can we talk about protection? You know, because I'm going to do it anyway. But how can you teach me how to be safe, right? If you're going to teach me how to communicate, can you teach me about the boundaries about communicating? If you're going to teach me about God, can you teach me about myself? If you're going to teach me about kids and how not to get pregnant, can you teach me how to be an adult? Can you teach me, how to mature? You can't just give one-sided information. Options, there needs to be options. I just want to be the best me. Even though sometimes I forget to breathe so I can be the best for you. That's all I want to do. I be going through changes. I'm going through changes. Somebody's parent is going through changes, or somebody's child is going through these changes. And I think it is beautiful. I think with the chariot here, I know that this is going to be overcame. Sorry, I messed up because I didn't know how to put that. But this is a challenge that you will get through. Everybody in this situation. And I'm sorry if it seems a little specific, but this is what I'm getting. Um, you know, this could be you needing to talk to your inner child, freeing your inner child from whatever abuse or whatever neglect you felt from the opposite gender or the same sex. It's freeing yourself from the inevitable, from forgiving, whatever actions whoever did something to you. It's forgiving what could not be resisted and growing through that, unlocking yourself. We have power to the P playing. Actually, I don't know if I should skip it or not. But someone is just like standing up for women. It's like P power. Let's see power. I'm sorry your feelings got hurt, but trust me, boy, it could have been much worse. Somebody is leaving an opposite gender relationship to go towards a same sex relationship. And it's just like, I don't know, it seems just like, your ex is mad because you decided to go towards the opposite gender of them. Ooh, Lord, power to the ussy. Okay. power to the Power to the P by Nelccia. Nelcia. Power to the P, y'all. But I feel like it's just like girl power. I'm standing up for women. I'm not tolerating this anymore. It's it's this is after Sagittarius. I don't know what happened to the energy, but it's just like this build up. It's just like Scorpio didn't release it, so Sagittarius is carrying it, and Capricorn is trying to ground it into the foundation. But guess what? The foundation is cracking because it's too heavy, and it needs to be freed of the fears from Scorpio and the past energies that ultimately lead back to you from the people that you have been dealing with in your lifetime. It's all about the energies that we have collected. And now it's just like you're trying to ground these energies, but your foundation is cracking because there's something not suitable. There's something faulty in the foundation. And because, you didn't see it, or, it's just not time, or it's you cannot use the same key from your last season to access the door in the next season. That's the best way I can explain it. The key that you were trying, the foundation that you were trying to use in season one is not the foundation you're going to be using in season two. It's time to unlock some new potential. It's time to do better, right? It's time to know better, do better, learn better. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Capricorn? Please let it make sense. Rewatch this video as many times as you need. But the temperance, the star, the chariot is here. It's something that you did not see. There is this energy that you may not have embodied, I heard, in a past life that you were coming into now, which would be confidence. You know, you're seeing the confidence within somebody else that you were connected to, closely connected to, or coming into, and now you're having to refocus this energy back onto yourself and release the past so that you can create new. It's just about being in a new energy. Did you not see me sage your cards? It's removing this energy, is accepting whatever has happened, that has already happened, and that will happen. It's accepting that there is a polarity to the world we live in. And you said, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur, but not without all the things that I don't know about being an entrepreneur. It's not going to come with, you know, oh, I'm just going to be the entrepreneur and things are just going to happen so fast and it's going to happen so quick, um, so smoothly. No, you're going to have cracks, you're going to have bumps, you're going to have riddles, you're going to have roads, you're going to have detours, you're going to have everything that you could possibly think of and that you cannot think of. It's about working with the duality, having patience with yourself, knowing that there is a duality and that, okay, you know, this is what I want to do, this is how I feel, but I can't fear what's on the other side of this feeling. You can't fear the polarity that comes with freedom. Because if you think that you're free now, wait until you move into your next season and see how trapped you are in your beliefs, in your mind, in your essence, in your energy. Okay, within a certain time period, with certain wisdom, with certain knowledge, it's okay. My Boo is playing by Usher and Alicia Keys. I don't know about y'all, but I know about us, and it's the only way we know how to rock. Started when we were younger, so you know this could be old friends becoming new friends. This could be old relationships becoming new relationships. You might want to go look at Libra, I think it was. A lot about love here. The Way You Love by World, spelled WURLD. It's the way you love. It's the way you couldn't love me then, but the way you love me now. Oh my gosh, I thank you for doing the work. I give you my love when you need it. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, I feel like that is it for Capricorn. I feel like we got everything out that needed to be out. So Capricorn, I really hope you take this message with love, because it was a lot in here that, you know, can be learned from. We have submission, submitting to not me, but the information that was given in this reading, submitting to the communication, to the information that you're going to be having in now or in the near future, or that you have already had, submitting to the dualities of life, submitting to your freedom, submitting to your fears and realizing they are just fears and moving past that, unlocking new potential and helping others to unlock new potentials within them. Okay? All right, Capricorn. I love you. Enjoy this reading, the rest of your day. Ouch. Yeah. And and talk to God. Talk to God about it, because if I keep hitting my elbow for y'all, I'm gonna be upset. My elbow's gonna be black. Okay. Bye, Capricorn.